sports all plays. Yeah. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Friday, January 12th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Oh, pretty well. Had a good night last night on my picks.
I did not. Well, not too bad. I was 4-3.
I was 6-1.
I was 1-1 in the NBA, 1-0 in college basketball, and 2-2 in hockey.
I was 4-0 in college basketball and 2-1 in hockey. The Rangers lost, and I believe that was in overtime. And it was like 3 or 4 games went to overtime, like boom, 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 boom. Hockey last night. Some pretty good games I watched.
Yeah, there was some good games. I didn't watch much, but I saw some of the highlights and stuff when I was looking up scores last night. It seemed like there were a lot of close games.
Yep.
NBA, I know the Lakers got beat. New York Knicks got killed.
I didn't do NBA, and I didn't check the scores on NBA.
I didn't do too bad in the NBA. Like I said, I was 1-1. I had the Bucks at the -2 over the Celtics. Bucks won that. I had the Knicks at the -3.5 against the Mavs, and the Knicks just got boat raced by the Mavs. So I was 1-1 in the NBA.
Vegas.
I had Illinois at the -2.5. They won by 3. They won by 3 points over Michigan State.
The Golden Knights beat Boston last night. Boston's went on kind of a losing streak too lately. They've been not, I won't say struggling because they still have got a lot of wins, but and Vegas has been struggling a little bit as of late in hockey. Pacers played last night, or did they play tonight?
They played tonight. Okay. Yeah, they played the Hawks tonight. But we got a decent slate of games for today, and then of course got NFL this weekend. Playoff Super Wild Card weekend. Looking forward to it tomorrow. Should be some good games this weekend.
It's going to be plenty nasty out, so stay in and watch football Saturday and Sunday. And Monday. There's an NFL game Monday night too.
Yep. It's still kind of weird having playoffs on Monday nights. But they did that last year. I know that they at least done it last year. They might have done it the year before too. I can't remember if last year was the first year for Monday night playoff or if it was the year before.
We got NBA basketball Monday afternoon too because of Martin Luther King.
Oh, so you're gonna be watching NBA all Monday?
No.
You're excited about that, or?
Yeah, I'm real excited about the NBA. Excited for my Pacers, but that's it.
Hopefully the Pacers can get another win. We're 2-0 so far without Halliburton. Well, I guess you could call it 1.5.
But they hung on 2-0 against a good team. They hung on against Boston.
Well, less than a half because he went out early in the second quarter. So.
Yeah.
And they were down by 9 when he went out. They came back and won that game against Boston, and then beat the Hawks the other night. So hopefully they can, if they could at least go 500 or a little, if they could go at least 500 until he got back, it wouldn't be, I mean, that wouldn't be bad. That'd be actually pretty damn good. I could live with that. We just can't do like we did last year and go 1-9 while he was out.
Yeah.
We need to stay close to 500 or it'd be nice to be better than 500. But if we can stay close to 500 while he's gone, I don't think that's too bad.
I'm optimistic they're going to do okay, kind of like you, because I think they're a lot better team.
We got more depth. Definitely more depth this year than last year.
Well, what do you think about some of these coaching changes? I mean, New England got a new coach, and that was set in motion.
That makes
a year or two ago.
That makes no sense to me.
Really?
New England.
You don't think Mayo's a good pick?
I'm not saying Mayo won't be a good coach or is not a good coach, but you're getting rid of Belichick and you're replacing him with basically the same thing. A guy that's been in Belichick's system, he's only coached in Belichick's system. He was a player there, so you're bringing in basically the same thing. So what's going to change? Beside, I'm sure his message will be a little different. I'm sure, and he can relate to players a little bit different. But you're not. You made a big change by getting rid of Belichick, but you really didn't make that much of a change because you're.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, even if they would have brought in the Tennessee coach, which we thought they might do,
he's coached other places.
That's what I was going to say. He's coached other places. He's part of that. He's been part of that system, and
he played there.
But
he coached in Houston.
But he has. That would have made more sense. But evidently, they got a lot of confidence in this Mayo. So.
And do you think Belichick knew that it was in that guy's contract that he was taking Belichick's job?
I think so. I think he did, but I mean, I don't know anything for sure.
That's weird. To me, that's kind of weird that, you know what I mean? The guy on your coaching staff has it in his contract. Hey, he's the guy that takes over for you. So who knows? And I'm not saying this happened.
No.
But I'm not saying this happened, but who knows? You know what I mean? Hell, if I'm a head coach and you're the assistant, and it's your contract when I'm done, you get to take over. As an assistant, you're making maybe a million, a couple million. As a head coach, you're making $8 to $9 million a year.
Yeah.
What's stopping you? What's stopping you from kind of rooting against the guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just kind of weird to have that in the contract.
Yeah, you don't know. The other big, just heard the coach from Washington College is now going to be the new head coach of Alabama. What do you think about that?
I think that's a good hire for Alabama. I like that guy, and I tell you what, he's exploded on the scene because I mean he went from coaching like NAIA or junior college and then won like 4 national championships at that level. Then became an offensive coordinator just so he could try to get jobs at bigger colleges. He was at IU for a while, and he got a chance at Washington as a head coach. And look what in 2 years he had them playing for a national championship. And if he's able to recruit like that at Washington, you would think he's going to be able to recruit that even better at a place like Alabama. So I think it's a great hire for Alabama, and good for DeBoer. I mean, it's great to see a guy come from like junior colleges like that and work his way all the way up, and especially that fast.
Billy Buzz had a question. He's late to the party there. Gerard Mayo, ain't that his name?
Yeah, Gerard Mayo.
He was a defensive player for quite a few years with New England Patriots.
He's
been on the coaching staff for
a few years.
And he's the new coach. I guess it was supposed to happen probably after next year.
I think the way I was hearing it, it was supposed to happen after the 2024 season. So, but they went ahead and put it in motion now. But yeah, it's just weird how that he had that in his contract that he was taking over for. He was the successor for Bill Belichick, and it's like, I don't know. To me, that's just weird. Maybe that's kind of common in the NFL and stuff, but I've just never heard of it.
What do you think Washington?
You just don't hear of it.
What do you think Washington goes from?
I'm wondering if Washington's not going to go after Belichick.
I'm talking about college.
Oh, Okay, I was talking
Washington
about
College since they lost their head
yeah.
coach.
I don't know who they're going to go after. I don't even know what big name guys are out there, and are any of these guys going to want to, like your bigger name guys already have jobs, or are they going to leave there to go to Washington? Washington's a good job. Don't get me wrong; it's a real good job. So there's going to be people that want that job. I haven't really heard no names yet because it kind of happened quick. Because I think it just got announced about the board maybe an hour ago.
Yeah, about an hour ago. I seen Florida State lock up their coach. They locked up their coach to a big contract, so he's going to be staying. Again, what you said about Belichick, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him with the
And
Redskins.
there's a report out, and it's pretty credible. Dan Graziano from ESPN is reporting that if the Eagles lose to the Buccaneers on Monday, that there's a real strong chance that Sirianni's fired by the Eagles.
That's nuts, man. That is nuts.
If he loses that game, he said there's that firing him. It's on the table. So and Graziano is pretty connected in the league. So I mean, it's
8 weeks ago they were 10-1. 8 weeks ago this team was 10-1.
And if they lose Monday to the Bucks and they fire him, Belichick to the Eagles makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
if you bring an offensive coordinator, you already got a quarterback. He can fix that defense. You know what I mean? That's why he's known for his defense. With the players on that team, he'd make that defense better. That'd be a perfect fit for him and the Eagles. If they do,
let's say that happens. I don't think Sirianni goes without a job very long. Do you?
I don't know. Wouldn't think so. But now the narrative is that it was all his coordinators and that he's a doofus.
Yeah, but he was 10-1.
No, I'm not saying I think that because he was with the Colts as an offensive coordinator and we had a pretty good offensive stuff. I'm just saying that's if you listen to the media right now, that's the narrative. He lost his coordinators and he's a doofus. He don't know what he's doing. I think Steichen. I do think it showed how big of a part Steichen was of Philadelphia.
Well, the defensive coordinator too. I mean, their defense is.
But I mean, on the offensive side, the continuity and the way things ran, you could tell Steichen had a big part in that because it don't look hardly anything like that.
The way Melanek says he goes to Atlanta, I assume he's talking about Belichick, maybe.
Huh?
Melanek says he goes to Atlanta. Is he referring to Belichick? I assume.
Yeah, there has been people who think Belichick's gonna go to Atlanta, and I think that's a good fit for him if they find a quarterback. They need a quarterback, but with the weapons they have on offense and that defense they have, if Belichick could get a quarterback there, I think Atlanta's not a bad job.
Yeah, he's talking about. But Glenn says he's going because Billy Bells was talking about maybe Glenn Richardson coaching at the Washington Huskies. He said no, he'd either go to Ball State or IU.
Oh no, Glenn! I think I'd take that Washington job over the IU job, even though I'm an IU fan.
And football, yeah, definitely. I think I'd take the Ball State job over the IU job. Well, I'm hoping this coach.
Only reason I'd take the Ball State job over the IU job is because Ball State's so close.
Yeah, that's true.
that'd be the only reason. I could be in Ball State in 5 minutes. Take about 2 hours to IU, an hour and a half or whatever. But yeah, I've heard Atlanta for Belichick, Washington. I've also heard Tennessee, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense because if that owner can't get along with Vrabel, she's not going to get along with Belichick. No. So that will make. I don't think Tennessee makes a lot of sense. Chargers. I heard the Bears haven't even reached out to Belichick or Harbaugh.
No, I think they're going to stick with their coach. I know a few fans of the Bear fans that don't like that, but I don't think they're going to.
Dwayne on Levis, I haven't seen enough of him to come up to a real good. Like if I think he's going to be a bust or not, but he's shown some flashes of having some talent. and then of course they went back, or he got hurt, and they went back to Tannehill and other guys. But I think they're going to give him a chance. I think they're going to give him a chance. I think that's who that GM and the owner think is their future. And I mean, that one fourth quarter drive he had in that comeback win. Trying to remember who they beat now, but they were down a couple scores. They fell apart, and then he led them down the field for 2 scores in about like 3.5 minutes or whatever, 3 minutes to win that game. I mean, he made some plays there. I think he's going to be. Yeah, but I think that's where Belichick's going to end up is either Belichick or Harbaugh. I think is going to end up with the Chargers. One of them. I've been saying Harbaugh, but you ain't heard much going on. You ain't heard hardly anything about Harbaugh the last couple of days. So he might. Who knows? He might stay in Michigan. I just didn't think he'd stay in Michigan with all this. You still have the NCAA on him when possible suspensions and stuff. So I figured he was going to move on, but you don't know. It could pop up 10 minutes from now about something. So I mean,
yeah, because we've had a lot of stuff happen. Really didn't think it was going to happen. I don't think anybody knew that Alabama's coach was going to leave. I mean, there's been a lot of things happen that we didn't think about. I don't think people thought Seattle's coach was going to lose his job. So, yeah, who's going to end up in Seattle? Do you think somebody like Belichick or somebody like that at Seattle? I don't think that would be a terrible fit.
No, that wouldn't be a bad fit either. I just don't know if he's going to want to go from all the way east to all the way northwest.
Do you think the Colts are going to be able to keep Pittman? I heard he's going to test the waters. Now they could franchise tag him, can't they? Or can they? Yeah.
I think I'm not sure. I have to look it up because I'm not sure like what round he was. I can't remember. I think they can, but I think we'll end up keeping him. I think we're going to get him a contract. I don't know if it's going to be as big as some of the other guys, but I think we'll get him a pretty good contract and get him.
He had a really good season.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you can pay him like as a top of the league guy.
No.
You know, I mean, you can't give him like Justin Jefferson money and stuff like that. Not yet.
It just depends on how crazy it gets. Some of these guys overspend, and then
yeah. But I wouldn't pay him like Justin Jefferson. I mean, to me that's just I mean, he's not Justin Jefferson probably the best receiver in the league. Pittman's good, but he's not. Isn't nobody saying that he's going to be a. I mean, nobody's saying that he's one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, he is a free agent, but even though being a free agent, I think I believe he's never been franchised. So could they franchise him, or would they have to franchise him last year?
I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure on that. I think Belichick is that good of a coach, and I think it was both Brady and Belichick. I also think it's both Brady and Belichick that made that dynasty. But if you look at especially the early part of that dynasty when they were winning their first 2 or 3 Super Bowls, most of those Super Bowls, and I'm not just talking about the Super Bowl game, but even in the Super Bowl and the playoffs, if you look at the way they played, they won with defense. They won with their defense. Brady managing the games and not turn the ball over. Then if you get toward the other Super Bowls, it turned into more of Brady making throw. It was more of the offense.
Yeah, they won different ways.
But Brady also had or not Brady, I shouldn't say, but New England had in all them Super Bowl years they had a top 10 defense, and that's what Belichick is known for. So I do think Belichick is that good of a coach. But I also think Brady had a lot to do with. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, there's a lot of good coaches, but if you can't find that quarterback, you don't. A lot of time, what I mean. That's what are all the teams looking for success? A quarterback. Yep. You got to find that guy, and I mean, they found that they found that guy, and Brady. I mean, Brady wasn't a high draft pick.
So some teams need the superstar quarterback to carry it. Some people just need a serviceable quarterback. It just depends on the team and how the team's built. I mean, the Ravens have won Super Bowls with quarterbacks that wasn't considered top quarterbacks. So I mean, it just depends on the system that you build and what you need in that system.
Well, if you look at it, if you look at New England right now, their defense is damn good. If they
Most of the time,
if they had a quarterback on the offensive side of the ball where their offense could just move the ball not turn the ball over, they could look, they lost a lot of one score games. I mean, they're right there. They needed their offense couldn't get no rhythm where just couldn't score no points.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand they were bad, but if you look at it, I think that can get turned around pretty quick if you can get a quarterback in there. I don't know. I was Dwayne about Nick Saban. I don't know if he'll go to the NFL to be a head coach or not.
I don't think he's going to coach this year. At least I just read something on him that said that he just felt tired. This season was really a struggle for him this year, and I think the dude's 71, 72 years old, and maybe if he takes a year off, maybe he'll come back. Maybe he's done. I just don't think. I just don't think he's wore out. Been doing it for a long time. Things ain't as easy either. I mean, with the rules changes and everything, everybody's doing the things that Alabama can do now as far as recruit players, and but a little bit tougher thing to deal with.
Well, not just that. I think it's more of the schedule. I mean, you're always on the road. I mean, hell, they had the 2 weeks between the regular season, the college football playoffs, and the coaches are all out traveling around recruiting and stuff.
Right. There's no downtime for college anymore.
So I think that schedule, because the schedule for college is even ramped up more now than what it used to be with the rule changes. Yeah. So I think that schedule just finally got to him.
And I don't think Saban enjoyed his time in the NFL. I'm not saying he wouldn't try again, but.
Well, he was an assistant in the NFL for a long time, though, before he was a head coach.
But the head coaching thing didn't go very well.
No, it ain't. No, but
that's not saying he wouldn't try it again. I mean, I don't know.
Who knows? And the NFL head coach schedules a little bit better than a college schedule now.
I'll tell you a team that you might not count Belichick out for. If Dallas loses this weekend.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that.
I think that coach could be fired, and I could see Belichick going to Dallas. I would not be shocked if that happened. I wonder what Billy Buzz would think about that. I wonder if Billy Buzz and Glenn would think about Belichick being the coach there. I bet you I would thrill Glenn.
All right, tonight's games. NBA, I went 3 games. Excuse me, waiting on these odds to pop back up so I can make sure nothing's changed yet. But I'm going with the
Billy Buzz just wants Dak gone. He don't care.
Get rid of Dak.
Who would you like to see there, Billy?
Glenn's for it. Glenn, you know Glenn, he's a Colts Cowboys fan.
Yeah, but he's more of a Cowboy fan. He ain't no Colts fan. We seen him rooting for the Raiders against the Colts, so I don't want to hear he's a Colts fan. I didn't hear him rooting for somebody against the Cowboys. He's a Cowboys fan first, and a Colts fan maybe 4th or 5th.
So he's a part-time Colts fan.
Yeah, he did. Go Raiders against Colts. I heard him.
Terry's part-time CEO. Yep. Glenn's part-time Colts fan.
Yep. Yep, that's true. Coon Dog's part-time CEO of DCCW. And I'm just repeating what he said.
Billy said he'd take Belichick, no doubt.
What quarterback would you like to see with Dallas if you had your pick? Somebody's playing now, not somebody, not Brady or somebody like that. But who would you like to see him? I wonder who do you think would be a good fit in Dallas? Nobody.
I don't know. I've never really thought about it because I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Melnick says Trey Lance.
Think Trey Lance is Trey Lance one of their backups?
Yeah, I don't think Lance is the answer.
Not Dak laughing out loud. At least I don't care. Just not Dak. They could get DeVito from the Giants. Him and his agent looks like a guy you'd see on The Sopranos. I love it. Yeah. But I loved every bit of it. It was funny. But yeah, that agent, did you see what he was on back in the show?
I didn't see
he came on there with a hat on and he looked like a fucking mob boss. But it didn't last too long, but it was fun while it lasted. All right, NBA night. I'm going with the 76ers at home against the Sacramento King at the -1.5. I'm going to go with the Indiana Pacers at the +6 against the Atlanta Hawks. Real quick, Glenn, is some other people not playing for the Pacers or something? Because why this was 5.5 earlier or 4.5 earlier, 5.5 earlier. Now it's moved to 6. So why would the Pacers be 6-point dogs to Atlanta? I know Halliburton's out, but we just beat Atlanta the other night. Without Halliburton. I don't, you know what I mean? Don't make sense. It don't make. That's why I'm taking the Pacers. It don't make sense to me that the Pacers are 6-point dogs. So I just wanted to make sure that somebody didn't. Maybe there's an injury update I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's possible.
Or hadn't heard about it. I know Glenn usually knows all the Pacers shit. I think that's a road game tonight. And then the other NBA game, oh shit! I'm taking the Spurs at home at the -1.5 against the Hornets. It's actually -2 now.
Yeah, the Bucks did beat the crap out of the Celtics yesterday.
No, Celtics are good. I didn't watch the game. I don't know if the Celtics just didn't play well because I've seen the Celtics play this year. And they have a good team. Neesmith is questionable. All right. Well, I'm still going to go with the Pacers at the +6. No, Celtics are a good team. Bucks are good too when they're all healthy and playing well. So, but yeah, I didn't watch any of that game, so I don't know if the Celtics had a bad game or what. But I think the Celtics are a pretty good team.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the 76ers -1.5 at home against the Kings. Pacers on the road at the +6 against the Hawks. And the Spurs at home at the -2 against the Hornets. That's going to be my NBA picks for tonight.
I didn't do any NBA picks again. I had a good night last night without the NBA picks, and screw the NBA. I'm going college basketball, baby.
All right. Well, speaking of college basketball, I only done two college basketball games. I went Indiana at the -4.5 at home against Minnesota. And I went Nebraska +4.5 on the road at Iowa. Smith also questionable. I'm still going to go with the Pacers at the +6.
Go down with the ship, huh?
Yeah, they're going to win tonight. Yeah, that's my two college basketball.
Okay, my college picks for tonight. I got Cleveland State +3 at Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I got PFW -3.5 at Robert Morris. I've got Fairfield -2 at Niagara, and I've got Nebraska at Iowa. I'll take Iowa -4.5. That's my college picks for tonight.
What was the first game you said?
Cleveland State +3 at Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
They're playing right now.
Oh, what time did that start?
I don't know. It's at halftime.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Cleveland State's 6.5-point favorite right now. Live odds.
Well, I mean, I had a good pick then.
47-36.
I'll take that off since I didn't know that game was on. I didn't know that game was playing, so I scratched that. Only got 3 picks.
He was watching that game before he came in here.
Yeah, I had it on my phone. I did not know that.
It was just funny because I looked up and I was like, "Wait a minute, he just said that game." It says live halftime.
I didn't know that game started early.
They're up by 11.5.
What the hell is the game doing? Starting at 2:30
on
on a Friday. or 3, whatever time it started. Probably 2:30, 2 or 2:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked up the games today. I used that one website, and I
That's
didn't know
weird
that.
that you'd have a game start that early on a Friday.
I use Odd Sharks, and I didn't see that. That's my fault. I wasn't trying to cheat. I'll scratch that game.
NHL tonight. I'm going with the Dallas Stars at home against the Predators on the money line, and the Flyers on the money line on the road against the Wild.
In my hockey, I got Dallas money line.
There's only 2 games.
Yep, and I'm going Minnesota money.
You're going Minnesota? All right, that's all the picks for tonight.
Yep.
And then we got NFL Saturday and Sunday.
I've got NHL for Saturday real quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I did some NHL for Saturday. I did 4 games. I got Vancouver money line at Buffalo. I got the Sharks money line at the Senators. I got Seattle at Colorado. I'll take the Avalanche money line. And I got Anaheim at Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay money line. So that's my hockey picks for Saturday.
All right. Then we have NFL for Saturday and Sunday. There's also a Monday game, but we'll talk about it more on Monday. First game on Saturday, you got the Browns at the Texans. I'm going to go with the Browns at the -1.5 on the road at the Texans. It's going to be I think it's going to be a real good game, but I think that Browns defense is going to be able to slow that Texans offense down some, and I think Joe Flacco is probably going to have another good game. He's always played well in the playoffs. So I'm gonna go with the Browns at the -1.5 against the Texans.
I'm going Houston. I'm going to Houston +1.5.
You're going Houston.
I'm going Houston. Come on, Stroud. Get Cleveland's ass. Let's keep Cleveland sad. They need to stay sad.
And then you have Dolphins and Chiefs. This game's in Kansas City.
Could be record cold.
Yeah, supposed to be real cold and some, I think, high winds as well. I like the Chiefs here at the -4 at home.
No wrestling shows this weekend, Billy Buzz. Next weekend we got.
Got 2. Yeah, 2. We got none this weekend, but 2 wrestling shows next weekend. But
Yes. Yep.
I know one of them will be live. I'm not sure about the other one. We might be able to be live at that one too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know Sunday will be live. I don't know about Saturday yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs at the -4. It's going to be cold. Going to be high winds. So only thing, if the Dolphins can get that run game going, they might have a chance. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs at the -4.
I'm going Chiefs -4 too, but I'm gonna root for Miami. Even though I hate Miami, I hate Kansas City worse. I want to. You know why? There's one particular guy I can't stand on TV, the Chief fan.
Then you got the Steelers and the Bills Sunday at 1.
Big point spread.
Bills are 10-point favorites.
I know.
I think the Bills win the game, but this is supposed to be real windy, like 50-mile-per-hour winds. Over for this game is 33.5. So I mean, if they are close to the total, it's not going to be hard to have a 10-point win. So I think the Bills win the game, but I'm taking the Steelers at the +10. I think the Steelers cover.
I'm going Buffalo -10. I don't disagree with you, but I know if I take Pittsburgh, Buffalo's going to beat the shit out of them. So I'm going to stick with Buffalo, and Pittsburgh will probably beat them. So
yeah, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. Like I said, I think Buffalo wins the game, but with the weather,
the weather favors
with
Pittsburgh.
the weather, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. So I think the weather's going to help keep the game close. So that's why I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored because of the weather. So I'm going with the Steelers at the +10. Then you have the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are 7-point favorites. Over-unders at 50.5. I'm going to go with the Cowboys at the -7, even though I think this is going to be a close game. It wouldn't surprise me if the Packers if the Packers won this game. I think they can win. If their defense plays good, they can win this game because their offense can score some points. But I just don't know. If the Packers defense is going to be good enough. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys at the -7.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys -7 too. I think they should beat them by at least 14. I think they're a lot better team in Green Bay. But Dak struggled in the playoffs, so we'll see.
Then the Los Angeles Rams at the Detroit Lions. Lions are 3-point favorites at home. Cowboys by 70.
Yeah, Damon.
This is going to be. I think it's going to be a real good game. It's interesting because, of course, you have Jared Goff and Stafford. And that's who these two teams have traded, and so you have the Goff and McVay relationship, and you have Stafford coming back to Detroit for the first time, playing in Detroit. So it's going to be an interesting game. Personally, I'd like to see the Lions win, but Rams scared me here. I'm going to. I think the Rams cover because I think it's going to come down to probably a field goal at the end, even if they lose. But I have a feeling the Rams are going to win this game. So I like the Rams at the +3.
I want Detroit to win.
Rams are healthy and they got good defense and they're playing well offensively.
Yeah, I want Detroit to win, but I'm going with the Rams +3.
And if the Lions do win, I think it's going to come down to probably a field goal at the end. So well, either way, I think it's going to be a real close game. I think it's going to be a good game on. I'm glad they put that. Kind of glad they put that as a Sunday night game because out of them games on Sunday, I think that one has the potential to be maybe the best one.
Rams have been playing good and they're healthy. I think they're a dangerous team. Not that Detroit can't be a dangerous team when their defense plays well with their offense, but and I'd like to see Detroit win.
We'll give out our official pick on Monday, but what do you think about this Eagles-Bucks game?
I'm taking Tampa Bay. If it's still
right now, it's 3.
I'm taking Tampa Bay -3.
Or Tampa Bay +3.
Oh, well, I had it down as a -3.
Eagles are favored.
Okay, I'm taking Tampa Bay +3. I'm not. Philadelphia is struggling. It's at Tampa Bay.
And I'm not going to give up my pick on it till Monday, but I'm not going to lie. I'm leaning the same as you. But the Eagles have just been struggling so bad coming in, and the Bucks have been playing decent.
Yep.
One thing that does worry me is how healthy is Baker Mayfield because he was limping some and stuff that last game.
That's true.
But so I'll give up. And if the Bucks win this game, things will get interesting because, like I said, you got reports out that if Sirianni loses, if the Eagles lose this game, Sirianni's going to be fired on.
That's nuts.
Be fired. So
I think the key for Tampa Bay is, I know you said he may not be healthy, but if they're going to beat Philadelphia, they can't turn the ball over.
Yeah. Which he's done. He hasn't been turning the ball over near as much this year. He's played pretty good this year.
Baker had a good season. You can't really fault Baker this year. I don't think.
No. I think he's going to get a contract there with the Bucks for, I think 2 to 3 years. I think he'll get a 2-3 year deal.
I read a thing. I can't remember who it was now. I wanted to tell you, but I can't remember. There was a guy predicting a receiver that was going to end up with the Colts, a free agent receiver that's going to end up with the Colts next year, but I can't remember who it was now. That they was going to sign this free agent, but I can't remember who it was, and that Pittman would stay.
I haven't seen that. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody joining us today. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. We'll be back on Monday with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. If you're in the Midwest, try to stay warm. I know weather's nasty. Yep. We're getting ready to have 40, 50 mile per hour winds where we're at. So, but stay safe, and we'll see everybody on Monday. Enjoy the NFL games.